The following segment is sponsored by Intermountain Healthcare. While you're pregnant, your skin changes. Sometimes it's more than just having a healthy glow. Dr. Bryce Desmond is a dermatologist with Intermountain Healthcare and is here to explain why there are so many different changes during pregnancy and how we can properly care for our skin. Doctor, thanks so much for being with us.
Thank you.
So let's start right off. What kinds of changes will we see in our skin when we're pregnant?
Well, there's a lot of different changes that I see. For some people, they're good changes. They're a healthy glow. Sometimes people will see things that they don't care for as much, like acne that increases. Sometimes eczema or just issues that they've had previous to pregnancy can get worse. Also, a common thing I see is melasma, which is, they call it the mask of pregnancy, which is just darkness on the cheeks, forehead, and sometimes the upper lip.
So what causes these changes?
That's a great question. The cause of the change is really not known. We know that hormones change during pregnancy, and that plays a big role. Sometimes oil production is a little bit increased. And so a combination of a few different things physiologically that are not completely understood will cause these changes over time.
And I'm sure a lot of women who are going through this are wondering, is this permanent? Is this going to stay? What is the answer?
Yeah, for the most part, the parts that you don't like that have changed are treatable.
There you go.
And they're not going to stay. But there are some things that can be more long-term, like stretch marks, and things that are treatable, like melasma or darkening of the skin, can definitely be helped out by a dermatologist.
There you go. How can we protect ourselves against sunspots or dark spots?
Well, the answer is definitely sunscreen. I mean, sunscreen, we knew I was going to say sunscreen when we got here. But sunscreen helps a lot. You know, a lot of these changes are hormonal. So even with sunscreen, there's a lot of pregnant women that get frustrated because they get darkening still. So the drugs that we use to treat things like melasma or dark spots, I don't use, or any dermatologist wouldn't use during pregnancy because they're not safe. Even after, with breastfeeding, we often don't use them, but there is a time, if you're not breastfeeding, post-pregnancy, that I have, and a lot of dermatologists have really great options, creams and pills and different treatments and strategies. But prior or during pregnancy, sunscreen is critical.
There you go. We all knew when a dermatologist sat down, he was going to mention sunscreen at one point. You also mentioned stretch marks. Is there any way that we can try to not get them? What are your tips with stretch marks?
Stretch marks are very tricky. Some people are destined to get some form of stretch mark during pregnancy. But there are things you can do to help. So some of my favorites are bio oil, which is an oil that you put on your belly. A lot of women sometimes will forget to put on their hips. Hips are a common spot for stretch marks. Shea butter, just moisture in general. And daily applications is a really big deal. But even in those scenarios, I still see women get frustrated with some stretch marks, especially if you're carrying twins, or it's been multiple pregnancies.
There you go. Doctor, your tips have been amazing. Where can we go for more information?
intermountainhealthcare.org is the website.
There you go. All right, perfect. Well, thank you so much for coming in. We've loved having you.
Thank you.